Welcome back to EasySpirit101. I hope you guys are having an excellent day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Before we get into the Divine Collective reading, I did have kind of another interesting and random download, specifically about someone who's very much in the public eye. And again, I'm not going to name names specifically because I don't think that's smart. I don't think it's smart, so I'm not going to say it. This individual is a female. They are in the public eye. They're very well known. They do have dark hair. And it's coming through specifically that this person in the near future will be experiencing, it's coming through specifically like it's the beginning of this person's public demise. This person is going to have to defend or feel like they need to defend themselves. The other part of the download came through, and I quote, it came through that this person is the character in Batman, Two-Face, but a woman, right? Two-Face is a male character. It's their energy. It's who they are. This person is coming through as Two-Face, which once upon a time, Two-Face was a trusted confidant of Batman, and they no longer became a criminal mastermind, basically. It's coming through specifically that this person has used their intelligence, their business savviness to become someone that can't be trusted behind closed doors, or however that comes through. Very much a two-faced energy, as well as Scarface came through specifically, so it might be more severe than that. But this person will begin their public demise because of tax evasion, from how I understand it. I don't know why I would get a random download like that. I can say all kinds of people are in Divine Collective, and you'd be surprised some of the individuals who watch the online energy readings, whether they make it known or not. So I'm asking why does Divine Collective need to know this? It's coming through specifically that this is this person's karma. This is happening to this person because of some sort of karma they're receiving. I'm not asking details for what or for why, but why Divine Collective needs to know this is because of justice. Because God wants everyone to know that no matter what your name is, how many houses you own, where you live in such and such a zip code, I see what you do, and you do get karmic justice. So that's part of what this is coming through for you guys about. Unrelated, we're going to get into our Divine Collective reading. Now that I said what I said, I usually do double check these things, and I'm like, listen, if this is not for Divine Collective's greatest and highest good in some way, I don't want to know it, and I'm not going to share it. But if the message is continued to be pushed like that, and it's for good reason, I will share it on the channel, regardless of who hears it and when you hear it. I did what I said I was going to do. Let's get into y'all's reading. And by the way, I don't use this deck very often. For whatever reason, I do love this deck. I don't use it very often, so please be patient with me. I might have to take a minute to kind of absorb or remember what the associations are. So let's see what you guys need to know. What does Divine Collective need to know at this time, other than you might be seeing not only that in regards to that specific feminine, female, dark-haired person very much in the public eye, but you might see more of this over the next coming years of very public figures being kind of shown for who they truly are, what they truly are. certain individuals are power hungry. That's not going to fly for very long. People are going to be finding out that God is watching. Just because you thought he wasn't doesn't mean that he wasn't. Interesting. I am picking up an energy of someone here who is embarking. You might be new to the journey. You might be new. You're spiritually seeking more. You might be wanting to connect with your ancestors in some way. You might be wanting to utilize or harness some sort of great power that you know you have within you to help overcome challenges from the past, overcome challenges from your 3D experience, essentially. Someone here could have a Native American ancestors. Believe it or not, a lot of us, more of us do probably than you realize. But this is really coming through. Like, you probably know, whoever you are, you know you have Native American ancestors. Yeah, coming out sideways. Interesting. You are someone who's being kind of called into a journey because you're meant to be the high priest or high priestess in your family, in your lineage at this time, in this current experience. Whoever you are, as you receive new messages, new information, new spiritual gifts and guidance, remember to stay grounded. Grounded here. Empress has been coming out a lot, so divine feminines are taking their seat. Or your in theory throne, so to speak. Yeah, something's coming through in perfect timing here. Lots of blessings coming in. Again, and I know that can be very triggering and frustrating for some of us who are like, oh, well, we're not. Y'all always say this. You readers always say this, and we don't see our blessings. But you don't realize how many people are in the divine collective that day they woke up and someone did see their blessings. And the next day it was someone else out of like a million. You know what I mean? That's part of why it's like that. So patience really is really advised and required if you're serious about some sort of spiritual journey you're on. And not all of you are, and that's fine too. However, sometimes when that is what you're seeking, is some sort of blessing, you might be being shown signs that there's something you need to do as well to align with that blessing. Yeah, this is something you want to leave behind, and I feel like this is part of your experience. Whoever you are for, you may have come from a family. Really, I'm getting your family here was someone who pushed you like into all the extracurriculars, into make sure you get into the best school, and maybe even tried to put you on a path to a career that you didn't really care about. That's part of what I'm getting out of whoever this energy is for. This could be something that you are feeling called in a different direction. You may even feel a little resentful of that. You felt like a lot of people were watching you and you could not say no. Death is very much about transformation, especially as it's been coming out a lot recently for you guys. There's a major transformation going on within a lot of you, and it's going to be expressed in the external. So this is someone here, whoever this energy is for, this needs to be looked at. It's existing here in your energy, but it's not something that you're kind of sitting in, you know. It's something here, maybe could even be energy from the past. A lot of times Six of Cups energy can be things from the past. So someone here, it's still kind of orbiting around you is how it's coming through, and you want to figure out what this is. This could even be this resentment against this sort of some sort of pressure to succeed. So you might, it's journaling. I mean, that's my go-to, but whatever works for you guys to help look at that and feel it, access it, whatever you need to do to kind of clear it out of your energy and move forward. With the Nine of Wands, this is someone who's much more resilient. You have overcome the need to kind of like carry this past sorrow around on like a little string. It's just kind of following you because you never really addressed it when it happened, or whatever this issue is specifically that's accumulated. It's something different for everyone. Again, here we have this under this discussion here, someone feeling pressured to achieve or be in first place, coming out with oppression. So this could be where this, excuse me, bit of sorrow is orbiting your energy here. And that's, it's coming up, not like big, it's not a big blockage for you, but it's a little bit of blockage for this new journey you're going on. Excuse me. And with this Seeker and the High Priest or High Priestess and the Empress energy, you are going in the correct path with whatever this is you're trying to connect with. Whatever like meditation or connection that you're doing, however it is that you're connecting, it's coming through like, yes, do more of this. Just saw transformation again. So that may be what you're needing to release. Something here from the past to release. Also feel like communication could be very important to someone or for someone. So you might be a Gemini, or you might have a prominent Gemini placement. Make sure, especially those of you who are feeling led or called to even understand yourself better, take a look inside of your natal chart. Take a look. Everything you need to know is in there. Protection. You are protected as you make any kind of major changes going on internally and externally. I feel like some of you may be withdrawing a bit while you're like going through this transformation. I also feel like whoever this reading is for specifically, you're coming out as someone who may be kind of younger. It's coming through like maybe 20s to 30s. I know you might say, well, 30 is not that young, but you know, we have older people who watch the readings too. So coming up energy wise, shoot, when I was 20, I tell people I may as well still have been not a kindergartner, but I may well still have been a teenager. I was like, I was not with it. I had 0.5 pretend wisdom as a 20-year-old. So incidentally, energetically wise, it is you are younger, even in your 20s, even with your 25. This is further confirmation on what we're talking about here. This is definitely what's going on with someone. And you need to know you're going in the right path. You want to leave something behind. You may have even taken up. You may be in this career right now and you feel like it's going nowhere. It's not suiting your soul. Your soul doesn't feel nourished with whatever this is that you're doing. That's too much. I'm not going to take it all, but I'm kind of looking through it here. Yeah, I'm really getting you're gathering information. So someone here, maybe you're even new to like online general tarot readings. This is coming through like a little bit of a challenge for you. I'm really getting like knowing that being analytical or being logical or being well-versed is something that can't totally be applied, or something that may be kind of a blockage for someone here. Not to call anyone out, but I could be talking to a Virgo. Confirmation again on the protection while you make some sort of change and transition. Oh, Gemini. That too, yeah. So this could even connect to a bit of like overthinking. You might have to work on the overthinking a bit to help connect with your intuition better. I also feel like whoever you are, the reason why you've been going towards this new journey is the kind of business or work that you do is, for lack of a better way to say it, like you feel like your brain wants to explode. Someone here feels like overstimulated from some sort of corporate office lifestyle, or whatever this is that you do is like too much all the time, to the extent that you feel like your unhappiness and your lack of joy is leaving a bitter taste in your mouth. You may even feel like you're not really progressing anymore either in whatever this is, in whatever you have been forced into. Someone here, you may have been forced into, or you felt forced into the career that you chose. And this is causing a spiritual awakening in you at this time. You're looking for answers. You're looking for more. You're looking for nourishment on a soul level. Someone here may even feel resentful. Maybe your family line is that type of group that's like, oh, you got to go be a this because you're going to make the most money. You got to be an engineer. You got to be a doctor, or, you know, whatever it is. And some of you, it's even making you feel resentful of money. Let's see what this said. Yeah, no frills. Confirmation. No, you have no excitement out of what you're doing. And it's not, again, like with the newness here of a baby, it's not as exciting anymore. Old ways no longer work. So confirmation. You feel like you're in a situation that's not working for you anymore, and you are determined to navigate towards something like this coming out on top. Something budding, bursting out on the scene, first blush. You're navigating, you're craving something new. Yeah, getting satisfaction, good times. You don't care about the money anymore. You don't care about this career. You don't care about what your mom and your dad's gonna guilt you about. You just want to feel happy at this point. Confirmation, I get that. Totally get that. Blind spots here. Yeah, you feel like everything you see every day is not like, this is someone here that you've hit your limit. You have absolutely hit your limit with whatever your lifestyle is currently, the career that you do, the work that you do. You feel like this is part of what's going on. You're almost afraid. You're kind of afraid. You're excited to go in a new direction, but you're afraid as well because it feels like starting over. You're afraid to start over. You don't want to be looked at like, for your age, you should be further along. It is never too late to do something that makes you feel fulfilled, that fulfills your purpose again. And you can see more about what's more aligned with you and meant for you in your astrological natal chart, which you can go on Google and put free natal chart, and it's going to pull up something. It's going to pull up Cafe Astrology, Astro Seek, any one of those. You can look into that. That's what you're seeking at this point. You don't care about the money. You want a valuable experience, as so you should. And that's funny because this is something that I kind of wanted to share, that I was watching an interview earlier, and the guy who was being interviewed said things could go away like that. He said God could make everything go away in an instant, and no one's going to be sitting around talking about money. So that's very important about where you should put your faith, your time, your energy. Wisdom supports you. Roots go deep. Confirmation again about you are protected on, and there could even be an angelic presence really kind of trying to pull you in and get your attention at this point, because what you're going through, this is really considered an awakening. This is considered an awakening. Or, as you might learn in the near future in the tarot, you're going to know it as a tower moment. You're kind of having a major tower moment in your life that's going to create a lot of change. As long as you have the courage to do so, of course. Yes, someone here you definitely feel afraid to, you don't know where to start, I'm getting. You're a little overwhelmed with where to start, and it feels like a little bit too much at once. And with what I just saw, I feel like your priority at this time should be to gain the wisdom, clear out blockages, and gain knowledge, gain wisdom on whatever this is you're seeking before making any major... don't put too much pressure on yourself about, well, how should I do this and what should I do with that? That's going to resolve itself naturally as you continue to move forward on this journey. That's confirmation here, and this came off, meaning the reason it comes over here is the different ways the cards are flying out or coming in can express about whether something's moving into your energy, whether something's kind of lingering up high, whether it's someone else's energy who's affecting what's going on here. This is confirmation and saying this is what you would have to look forward to. This is what would happen. You have the answers opening doors, and door will open for you. You don't need to worry about that yet. If you keep going in the right direction, the doors will open. You get a lucky break. It's going to be successful. So definitely, you don't need to worry about what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with that? Keep focusing on this energy. Keep focusing on this energy, gaining your knowledge, your connection, your wisdom, what you need to release at this time, and let the rest take care of itself. The 3D will take care of itself if you let it. What else does Divine Collective need to know about this reading? There's that owl again. I saw that earlier. Wisdom is on here. Wisdom is on here. And it says deception, which that doesn't mean necessarily that this card is pointing at deception. It's more like as you gain wisdom, and for some of you even have spiritual gifts of clairvoyance is on here for one thing. You become like a human lie detector. You could tell when someone's messing with you. Also keep picking up the name Josh as well. Someone in the Divine Collective's name, probably multiple of you, but I keep specifically picking up that name as well. Yeah, you're meant to be in observation mode at this time. There's no need to like panic and worry and like pack bags and write letters. Yeah, this is about things coming into balance and allowing them to come into balance naturally, with flow coming out next to change. Allowing this, it will naturally start to happen as you change on the inside. Also feel, again, someone here, whoever you are, you're definitely connecting to something you're meant to. Like your ancestors have a bigger purpose for you. You might even have to be like the one who breaks the pattern in the family of whatever it is, chasing some sort of success, or chasing some sort of money. We're only going to be doctors, and we're only going to be, what is, stockbrokers. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's something different for different people. You might be meant to be the one to do that. Something going on about taking true pride in yourself. Someone here, you feel like there's like a surface level, like you're supposed to feel accomplished because you did what you were told, but you don't. And it's because you're disconnected from your true self, who you're truly meant to be. So it can almost give you the sense of, you know, feeling you just don't feel yourself. That can even create too this sorrow energy that's kind of lingering, is from not being in alignment with who you really are and what you're really meant to be doing. Arrows, pay attention, watch out for arrows. That could be your ancestors sending you some sort of signs or synchronicities. And I'm getting the arrows, there's something bigger, greater, that's meant for whoever this reading is for. You're meant to go into some sort of direction that may be, I'm getting your family's gonna call you like ornery or defiant. Like you might even have a family that if they catch wind that you're changing careers or something, they're going to be like aggressive with how they speak to you. The most important thing with that, even if you feel like you're in the right and you don't align with whatever's coming through, especially with someone here, it's kind of coming through like name calling as well. Just stay detached from it. You know your truth and you don't have to take it personally. So flow is out here twice. Again, definitely don't be worrying and just go with the flow. And communication is important for someone. Or again, someone here could be a Gemini. Or you have a strong Gemini placement somewhere in your natal chart. Balancing your shadow aspect is going to be important for you. Very important to move forward for whoever you are, is to learn how to balance your shadow side, especially if maybe you're judgmental or opinionated in some way. There's something here about being more flexible. But with it saying integration, and we're talking about balancing your shadow, you're gonna want to learn how to actually integrate your shadow side with your lighter side, basically. It's about knowing like how to be, when to be a certain way, when not to be a certain way, or when something's appropriate, when not, or when to feel shame and when not to feel ashamed, or maybe even just feeling comfortable or safe in speaking on things that maybe you weren't proud of in the past. Yeah, this is connected to, you're meant to be in this energy. Someone here could even be meant for some sort of position of leadership, possibly even in the spiritual community specifically. Confirmation again with teacher. Some of you have a North Node in Gemini. Some of you who have North Node in Gemini are being called into, you may be being called into a specific direction, or some of you are healing, can heal with your words, the words you speak, or maybe something to do with your throat chakra. So it could be anything from singing to speaking to maybe even counseling as well, because that involves listening and speaking. I'm not going to take all these because there's so much. Yeah, you have, obviously, any of you who are meant for something like that, you have kind of trickster energies around you that are going to try and fight you off your path. It's coming through specifically, like maybe certain family members that you don't want to get on their bad side. They will be the ones to come and fight you off your path. Just keep moving, keep cleansing. Self-love is going to be part of how you're able to stand in your power and understand. This can represent discernment as well, of like knowing when you should take on something as constructive criticism, or when someone's just projecting something on you, and not to allow it to penetrate you too deeply, really. Grace. And intuition is out here again. So that's part of what you're working on at this time. Leadership, again, that popped up earlier. Okay, and I just saw medicine woman. So someone here may be, whatever it is that you do for speaking, somehow you're connected to healing energy. So I've seen healing and medicine woman. That could be something directional for someone here. Doesn't have to be in the immediate. Take your time. Let's get some final, let me get one or two final messages here for not out of this one. Okay, hang on. Not out of this one. Final advice for whoever this reading is for, please. Interesting. Something healing about your voice. So you may be someone who does some sort of like healing music, or not for everyone, but some of you get into like hypnotism or something, which is not, you know, can be a trigger for some people. But when used appropriately and correctly to help someone heal in some way, then it's not a bad thing. People may tell you that you have like something about really calming or peaceful, something about your voice. Somebody here may have something significant or specific about their voice. Some of you might get into some like guided meditation. You create guided meditation. That's funny. It just said speak up. So definitely something about someone's throat chakra. Yeah, opportunity. What you're going through at this time, if you continue on this path comfortably, courageously, self-love and self-care is very important for many of you. Especially going into positions of leadership, that's going to help you stand in your power, exercise your boundaries when necessary. all of these things here. Whoever you are, you're definitely going to need to, you're going to need strong discernment for someone because of some sort of opportunity you will reach eventually. It says work on your skills and discover your talents. So a little brainstorming session might help you as well. Again, there's no reason to do anything drastic. Just keep going and working on this new inner experience and let the 3D take care of itself. Peaceful. Yeah, that's what I was getting about something going on with someone's voice. So it's going to help you more as well. I'm getting, again, this like lingering energy. Someone may be struggling currently, or this is newness, a new thing for you that you've been, like you're going to work and you're starting to feel really down, feel really out. It is, you really are being guided to stand more in your truth, to spend more time in self-discovery, and then even becoming more who you're meant to become is a form of self-love as well. So you have that to look forward to, and just hang in there and take baby steps, and do not worry. Do not worry. You definitely have some sort of angelic or ancestors that are there to help you through what you're going through. I hope you guys got some sort of confirmation, clarity out of this reading, or you enjoyed the reading. I will see you again next time.